Express Catering Limited.
Mm.
And the thing with Express, as I guess Preston gave an overview of the stocks at the start, but they operate food and beverage outlets at Mobay's airport, Sangster's International Airport. And so that to me is more a direct correlation of air passenger traffic. And the amount of people that take flights and so on, especially at that location, Montego Bay, not Norma Manley. So it's a good way to view passenger traffic. And how does Express actually make money, and how do you get more people to spend at Express Catering? So it's either you have more outlets for food for different people to stop at and so on. Flight delays maybe, and people have to sit down and you get hungry, buy food and things like that. More flights overall, more passenger traffic. But then, a good measure was COVID, because when you look back at COVID, there was a big fallout for Express Catering because no one was doing air travel basically. I was ground to a halt, and a very similar thing happened with Hurricane Melissa. Right? So, and Ian there, he's a CEO. In fact, before there was an article that I read where he said, there's no evidence of any slowdown in the tourism sector. This was like right before Melissa, and so when you think about tourism numbers, and you can look at it, we have different websites that we look at to see what flight numbers are looking like. You can Google them, and so on. And they were growing, like they grow year on year. Edmund Bartlett, as we always say, me and Preston always say, hardest working minister. 1,000 new hotel rooms in Jamaica and those kind of things. But then MBJ Airport was actually, I'm going to say MBJ, that's Montego Bay, Jamaica Airport, that was shut down for several days. So once you shut that down, that's a lost revenue time for Express Catering. So and then it got some storm damage, the actual airport itself, and then for a while it took some time for passenger movement to increase and those kind of things. And then I was looking at tourism analytics. I don't know if I can share this. I'm gonna share this with you, Preston. But tourism analytics was basically saying that in October, passenger movements fell around 18% year over year. And then November, of course, was worse because many flights were either canceled. Because, I mean, if you're a tourist, like, you may not want to come to Jamaica right after a Category 5 hurricane. And I get it. I'm not going to cuss or anything. It makes sense. So a lot of people might have canceled flights. Tourists couldn't stay at damaged resorts. I get it, so the passenger volume for November would have dropped significantly.
Whoa.
So
73%.
Yeah, lower than November 2024.
Whoa.
It's a massive hit to Express Catering, in my opinion. So that quarter, I don't think will look that great for them. I definitely don't think it would look that great. Yeah, 73% is a huge drop off in terms of tourist arrivals. So imagine revenues dropping by that amount. That would be crazy. And I mean, granted, it's just in that month, and you have just 1 month in an entire quarter, 18% for October. But you can kind of extrapolate what that would look like. And then even December, I don't expect December's numbers to be that massive as well because of the hesitancy, the apprehension with booking flights to Jamaica and so on by some people. So yeah, I mean, in short, for me, the hit might be a bit short term. I don't think it's like a massive hit. So if you were an astute investor, you could just wait for the resumption of full flight operations and all of that, then buy into when this stock price would have dipped or is gonna dip or so on, or anticipate the dip, and just hope that everything will normalize by 2026. Which
I like the hope.
Yeah, I don't like the hope, but by winter time 2026, that winter, those winter months, Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, how much worse can it get, right? Knock on wood. Yeah, after knock on wood.
It's not like, I don't think the
But
price has really reacted to the hurricane and stuff though for Express. The hurricane was end of October. It was like $3. Now it's like $2.89. So it's not like, oh,
true.
it's been one of those that has dropped significantly. I'd have preferred a more of a reaction, a more of a negative reaction if I was to look to it. Like Dolphin Cove, I think, had a bit of a dip. I say October 24th, it was like 13.87. Now it's like 11.88. So how much is that? Like 10-15% or something?
Yeah, you're right. The price hasn't taken a massive dip indeed.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see when the financials come out. Because the market likes to react to poor financials.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I know they've been focusing on improving their operations and so on. So they have like a nice reduction in when you look at the cost of goods sold line and so on
there was
so
some
on.
stuff they
So
were doing though that I did like.
yeah, they were trying to
There
boost the
was
profit margins.
something about them pushing into, what do you call it, to do more restaurants outside of the airports. And I guess that would have been nice if they had done that, I guess, before this possibly. So I think they were actually planning to bring Cinnabon to Jamaica. And if you've ever, I know Cinnabon is like a pretty...
Yeah, I like Cinnabon.
Yeah. Yeah. So I remember they were talking about this from like, I saw this like maybe 2 years back or something. About how they had some different, there were some other restaurants that I think they mentioned. Let me see if I can find the specific restaurants. I think maybe it's this article. Hold on. So I say our initial. Oh yes, I said there was an original one. Let me pull that one up. 1 sec. So this was our original one. This was December 2022. Express Catering Limited. This is in Jamaica Observer. Express Catering Limited to widen its reach in Jamaica. So this would have been, that's almost 3 years ago. Well, yeah, hold on. What day is today? Yeah. It's like 3 years ago. So yeah, they said the chairman announced plans for the development and introduction of new food and beverage brands, new locations. What else they said? Focus Brands LLC is a company. US developer food service brands. Auntie Anne's pretzels and Cinnabon cinnamon rolls. So they're saying it would be facilitate catering to the general public at the Sangsters International Airport and passengers in the arrival area. They said, yeah, but said to be completed in the first quarter of next year. So that would have been 2023. So I guess there were some delays there. And then they said the new food and beverage offerings. Well, they're going to add Auntie Anne's Tasty Patties Cinnabon to the airport. I don't think this was the man that we were talking about doing it outside the airport. Or they said they're going to do a pilot in the airport first, and then they're going to roll out Auntie Anne's and Cinnabon outlets across Jamaica. Yeah. And the thing is that, yeah, I thought that was, would have been nice, I guess, if they had been able to do that. You say Auntie Anne's. I've never had Auntie Anne's pretzels before, but seems interesting. Like this one looks almost like a hot dog kind of something. Pretzel hot dog.
Oh.
And then there was this updated, I think this article maybe said, so this article was October 10th, 2025. So it would have been just pre-Melissa. Where does it say this? This, they said the 5 million US bet, massive investment, take ownership over a number of different brands, intention of rolling them out outside the airports. See? We said while he
Mm-hmm.
declined to name the specific brands in the current pipeline, well, you said some before, and those haven't happened. So if I were to guess, it may be one of those, or at least one of those. And they say years in the making. We just saw 3 years ago. Wow. How did it know? How did they know? Yeah, they say back in December 22. See developed locations. Yeah, this is, let's say, here, Auntie Anne's Bakery Cinnabon. It's not clear if these are the same brands now being secured. We say we want to try at this point certainly 2, but probably 3. But I wonder if like this. It's interesting because I wonder if they own the assets of like the actual food court stuff, and those are damaged by the hurricane, it would be them that has to pay, right? I'm guessing
Wait,
hopefully they'd have
repeat?
insurance for something like that. If their booths or restaurants were damaged by the hurricane, like how much of that damage do they have to cover versus the airport owner?
Insurance.
Like I'm wondering what the I was also wondering like the arrangement that they have with the airport operator, like yeah. Interesting.
Quite.